I'd like you now to grab a piece of paper and make some quick notes. You're going to make a very short list. They're going to be very important for you in your studies of the harmonica. The reason why I said small paper, I want you to keep it in your harmonica case, something that stays with your harmonicas. Number 1 on the list, and I've got my list in front of me here as well, relax. Make sure you relax all the auxiliary muscles, especially when you're doing bending. You see players go, and they're really hunching, they're chewing everything up, and what that does is it affects tone greatly. And of course, if you're tense, it means you're not able to move across the face of the harmonica smoothly. So our goal is, now I know at first it's hard to say relax when you're trying hard to do something, but our goal is to relax as much as possible. So relax the neck muscles, relax the shoulder muscles, try to relax these muscles that are part of the embouchure. When performing good technique on our instruments, all about keeping everything nice and relaxed. All right, number 2 on the list, light touch. We need to make sure we're using a light touch on the face of the harmonica. Our lips, our goal is just to have our mouth open enough so that we can insert harmonica. All right, so I'm right now giving you an idea of what it looks like when my lips are over 4 holes, which is our common embouchure size when we play our common techniques on the harmonica. I personally tilt the face of the harmonica down a little bit. The reason why I like this is it helps to access the top of the tongue. We're going to find for a lot of our techniques we're not necessarily going to be using the tip of the tongue, but the tip top, which is a little bit wider. In our standard block, we'll be blocking 3 holes. There'll be some techniques, such as the pull up on the high end on our draw octaves, where our tongue will be blocking up to 5 holes. So by accessing a little bit further back of the top of the tongue, it's wider. So I open my mouth, it's an insert harmonica, I'm just going to blow. Everything's a light touch. I've got a seal around my lips all the way up to the cracks here. All right, then the light touch next part would be on the harmonica. If I use my tongue block trainer, for example, in my close-up camera, you're going to see my tongue lightly being placed on the harmonica. I'm going to do a full block, which means my tongue's going to block all 4 holes. If I'm creating a single note, if my lips are over 4 holes, I'm going to be blocking holes 1, 2, and 3, leaving the 4th hole open. Notice how you can see that 4th hole is black. You'll see that black hole on the right-hand side. That's why the color doesn't matter so much. Now getting back to my focus, light touch. So notice my tongue on the face of the harmonica. If I push, you'll start to see my tongue protrude through the holes. You don't need to do that. Again, if you're using a little bit of the tip top, you're able to cover what you need to cover for those 3 holes. So a light touch is very important, especially as you're trying to develop speed on the instrument. All right, we go to tip number 3, jaw. It's very important not to move the jaw, and it's a common mistake as we are doing tongue switching, which we might play a single hole on the left side of our mouth or a single hole on the right side of the mouth. And it's important that we don't move our jaw. Our jaw wants to move in the same direction as the tongue, for example, on the close-up camera. And the problem with that is as the jaw moves, it's going to kick you over to a hole to the right that you didn't mean to play, or kick you over to a hole to the left that you didn't mean to play. So it's very important not to move the jaw. So here's a great exercise for you. All you're going to do is you're going to open your mouth, you're going to move your tongue from left to right without moving the jaw. Now with the tongue block trainer. I'm not really focusing so much on what hole I'm playing. I'm just moving my tongue left to right. And of course, if you're pushing your tongue, you're gonna feel it dragging on the face of the harmonica on those holes, and that's not our goal, is to have the lightest touch possible. Then go ahead and grab your harmonica and do the same thing. So again, we're not allowing our jaw to move left or right. That's a real common issue when we're doing some of our tongue switching exercises. Your mouth also doesn't need to chew. You'll notice when we go into the slap technique, it's pretty common to see students kind of chewing each one of those notes. Again, we just keep our mouth over 4 holes commonly and our jaw doesn't move. Our last tip is it's a good idea to have a reference harmonica of the same key that you're trying to perform these techniques on. For example, if I play a 1-blow, 4-blow octave, that means my lips are over 4 holes and I'm blocking the 2 holes in the middle. Take a look at what it looks like on my harmonica or my tongue block trainer. So So you can see the black hole on hole 1 and hole 4. You would then go on your A harmonica and try that same sound. If you're not sure if what you're hitting is correct, what you can use is another A harmonica. So you have 2 A harmonicas. And there's multiple ways to approach this. You can take a piece of, say, painter's tape, for example, masking tape, and just put that tape right down the face. Bend it down a little bit so it has a nice seal. You could simply take a pencil and poke a hole on hole 1 and hole 4. If you're not sure where the holes are, take that tape and push it down a little bit so you'll see the indentation of the holes. Poke a hole in 1 and 4. You don't even need your tongue at all. You can just blow, and you'll achieve that octave. You could take a clear piece of plastic, lay it over the harmonica, make a little mark, then take a single hole punch and lay that over the harmonica. You could do that with paper if you wanted to, but it's nice to be able to see through it. So what's nice is to have that reference harmonica so that you can play it without having to worry about the tongue, and then you go on your standard harmonica. Generally speaking, the tongue block trainer, and to be able to hear me as your instructor, between these 3 tools, me, the tongue block trainer, and your harmonica, you should do just fine. But keep in mind that can be a nice tip.